Welcome to another edition of tradeyourway.co.uk. This is the morning update for the pound dollar. It's Wednesday, 3rd of October 2018. Just looking at the pound dollar on a 4-hour time frame. As you can see, we've been slowly trending up. We missed the initial upside target 133.17, which was 38.2. We managed to just get within a pip or two away from 130. I think it was 133. It was 132.98. I did say I was looking for about 133. If it'd gone up to above 133, I would have been looking to cash out on that move up. It did get up to about 133 anyway, but not before having a spike down a couple of days before due to the Brexit news. The pound dollar and the UK FTSE stock market, they're all very receptive at the minute to any bit of news to do with Brexit, so it is causing the markets to flick around quite a bit. So we did lock in 100 pips on this move up, and we were looking to cash in, but it didn't quite happen. It moved back down, but we still managed to get 100 pips out of that move. Then we've been in a slightly we've been in a pullback. Yesterday we looked to take a short on this little breakout below the 130, because the 130 was a round number. Just wanted it to break this round number, and we were looking for a retrace down to about 129, with the first target being to the trend line at around, I put it at around 129.45. It did actually get down to 129.41, so that was a good call, good target. It did that up until midday, and then on the 4-hour candle at 12 o'clock we start to see a bit of a reversal. Today we're seeing a bit of a move back up. Just show you the range. It's a huge range from the 143.70s from when we topped out all those months ago at the start of the year, and so now we're just kind of consolidating, looking really to see if this is going to maintain some bullish momentum. If it is going to maintain bullish momentum, it would need to break above the current trend line, which I've put here as in red. So that could mean that we could play for longs to the trend line as a first target, which would, depending on how long it takes, would dictate just whereabouts it's going to hit this trend line. So we could hit it at around 130.50. We could hit it at 130. 60, 131, just depends how long it takes to get up there. If it gets up there, say, by today or tomorrow, we could probably be up to 131 as a viable target before seeing it come back down again. Note that I had a smaller trend line just off this bounce, this initial sell-off that we had back on Friday 21st of September. So I put a trend line because as we went up, we came back down. I wanted to see it break through the trend line when we were looking for shorts. That was some more shorting opportunities that we took on Thursday and Friday of the 27th and 28th. You note here again we had some Brexit news on Monday. It caused a spike up. Note how the spike went up and we tested the trend line and sort of used it as an area of resistance and said, okay, are we going up? Or just to confirm, we've broken out. So we're still very much in a downtrend, at least for the immediate short term. But as I say, I'm looking for, it's bullish right now. I'm looking for this to go up, just wondering where it's going to hit, if it's going to hit any major resistance levels to the upside. The only one I sort of see at the minute is this major trend line here, and it could allow this to therefore move to at least 131 before selling it back down again. So it could be that we go long for a few days and then we come back down. Clearly, if it curls over now and breaks down, it would need to break the trend line. And just to show you what I'm looking at, if it does continue to retrace back down, I think 129, I did say 129.05 was the target. So what I've done is I've just picked out this current smaller range from 126 to 133, 126.62 to 133. If we just drill down and zoom in a little bit, you can see the way that we have come down to that 129.80, which is where I was taking the shorts from yesterday because it was a 50%, the halfway mark, and it broke out down, hit the trend line that I showed you, and has bounced off that. Then we consolidated on the 50 on the halfway mark. So it was using that as a place to kind of rest and think about, are we going to use it as resistance or as support? It's currently acting as support, and we've now gone up. So looking to maybe retrace back up to 130.50s, 130.55 possibly. What we would need to do is drill down further and pick out this range that we're currently retracing back up from, so 133 to 129.40. We would have to, so I haven't adjusted it yet, so I thought I'd wait, do the video and adjust it just to show you exactly how I do it. So basically just expand this a little bit here, pull this fib level down to 129.41, I believe it was. So 129.41.2. So previously it was at 130. So 129.41.2 to be precise. And then that should move it down. There we are. And so that gives us 130.77 as a 38.2 retrace up to here. So we could be looking for longs up to at least 130.70 to 80 area to retest previous swing high, where you can see there's a bit of resistance here. It sits nicely on that 38.2. So there's a good bit of resistance there that could be a good target to the upside. We'd like to see how bearish or bullish it is today, and by using the 23.6, what we'll do is we'll just see how it gets up to here and what sort of reaction we get. We may hit it a little bit, pull back a bit, and then continue on up, or we may surpass that and hit the resistance 1 pivot, the R1 pivot, and pull back. We were resting on the pivot, the central base pivot today, so we could be using R1 as a viable first target, R2 as a second target. So there are some targets to the upside here. I'm going to just keep an eye on it and see what happens. But I think short term, or at least for today, potentially we're looking at some bullish momentum, see if it can continue, and we'll take it from there. Thanks a lot.